Baby, this was a little saucy. It was a little spicy. We got some questions answered that we have been like chatting about in the comments. Yes, let's get into this review. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. I am your girl, Talisa Ray, White Style Coach. We are reviewing Ready to Love season number 3, the finale, part 1. And baby, let me tell you, I was like, all the emotions, the whole gamut, the entire time, right? I'm more shocked and appalled than anything else. Like, some of it was like the unmitigated gall. If it's your first time visiting my channel, click the subscribe button, be a ray of sunshine, click the notification bell so you can be alerted of other videos that I upload, because I do record other stuff. Anyway, let's go. The rumor mill was right. They start off with fine ass Alicia, and she looks really pretty. I think it's like a reddish orangish dress on, pretty makeup, flawless. Okay, she's pregnant. She does not share how many months she is pregnant, which is what we need to know to determine if it was before or after the show that she got pregnant. Like, okay, thank you, girl. I'm glad you're in a relationship and everything, and I'm glad that it's not one of the castmates, but how many months pregnant are you? The thing is, I think that Chris KG Smooth is gonna let the cat out the bag for us, okay? Because he's the one that was sliding up in the comments telling us that she was pregnant, okay? So then we get to Bryan and Alicia, okay? And the games that he was playing between her and Alex, sneak into rooms, Bryan not being able to communicate, be vulnerable, be serious. All he knew how to do was string some words together in inauthenticity, no authenticity, just so we clear about what I'm saying. Making up words, not being honest with himself. They put him in the hot seat, child, and asked him like, what's up? You know, that whole zombie, y'all remember the zombie comment. Anyway, Bryan had said, you know what, if I had a do-over, I would be more upfront. Would you, Bryan? I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because of what you said to Alex. When they said that, yes, she said, I like him. He was charismatic and he was funny. That was the thing that drew me to him, but he did not know where to draw the line in the sand and when to take me serious and when sometimes just to be quiet and just, he could have patted me or something. That's me interjecting that. But the fact of the matter is, he was like, people see through the lens of their experience. I know I was looking side-eyed like, what? I'm being vulnerable and you telling me, okay, Massa, can I talk now? Like, all the ladies felt the same way. We all had the face. Did y'all have the face like, nigga, is you dumb or is you stupid? I mean, which one is it? Even though the statement is true, it was not warranted or had place here. Then Alex put him on blast and just was like, I really wish he was more upfront the entire time. Allegedly he got a baby on the way. Now y'all said allegedly he had a baby on the way, and Tommy was like, do you got a baby on the way? Is there a baby on the way? Is there another baby? Do we have another Ready to Love baby? Is there one on the way? And Bryan deflecting. Why would we even bring up anything that's alleged? Because that's what it is. It's speculation. It's what's heard in the rumor mill. That's what allegedly means. He finally says it's fake news and that he doesn't have a baby on the way. Who lives in Houston? Who lives in Texas? Who knows the baby mama to go ahead and let us know that it is true? Like, is it true? I want to know. I mean, hold on. Take what the man says at face value, Talisa. He said that it's fake news. Do y'all believe that? That's what I should be asking. Is that true? Let me know down below in the comments. But then the shit hits the fan because now it's Symone's time. And y'all know Simone likes to stir the pot, honey. Simone comes with all the sauce. What I realized in this segment is that Simone is sensitive. And sensitive people, we put a guard up, right? You heard me say we because I'm a sensitive being. But I'm evolved as fuck, so I lean into my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I process my feelings, and I think that Simone could benefit from that, because a lot of times I think that she was receiving what was said wrong. Now, we might have missed some of the stuff that was said through the banter between her and Joy, but what I do know is that she was here and Joy was here, but Joy was wanting to be here. Like, you got to bring it down, because I didn't feel like Joy meant any harm. Let's talk about what was being said. We watched the interaction of the I saw Jay go into Wynter's room half naked situation when she sat up and slid up in there on that couch. What we did not see was Wynter's full-on breakdown. Like, I know some of y'all was mad at that kumbaya moment and was like, it wasn't even all that. They didn't need to do all that crying. It was fake. Now you see that it was not. Wynter, baby, like, we knew you were hurt. They should have let us see that breakdown. I mean, that was like a gut-wrenching, ugly cry when you were like, excuse me. And then who was outside to console you? It was Jay. It was the nigga Jay, okay? There hugging her, and then even still said, give me a few moments, I need to go away. Because, nigga, this is about you. This is about you, and I can't process this with you in my face because I want to run off at the mouth and say some shit that may or may not be good. So I need a few moments. Now, what we learned is that Jay had a dirty little secret, and her name was Simone. That he was grooming her in private and telling her that she was his top. And, you know, I know you have this tough exterior, but you are soft and sweet and docile or some shit in the inside. Like, playing to the things that he knew that she wanted, because she would say that she was not like Joy and Wynter, operating in her divine femininity as it relates to being soft, right? And docile, right? So that's why she felt like it was necessary to go and have the conversation. And because Joy was right there, it was fine, because it affected her too, because it was Wynter and they were in a quad, okay? And the fact of the matter is, the delivery, the timing, all of that was wrong. And it would have been received better if it was just Jay, or if she went just to Wynter, but instead she went to the both of them. And then on top of that, you know, Joy went where she went. And listen, Simone told Joy, listen, I felt that it was messy of you to go and share it with the group. Like, I'm not gonna be the only one holding the bag. You holding the bag with me. Had you not shared it with everybody else, nobody else would have known. It wouldn't have made her feel like there was a rumor mill going on. Now, y'all know I told you I thought it was messy of Joy to do that. Y'all remember? But I also said it was messy for Simone to do what she did too. You remember? I still stand on that. This whole situation could have been handled differently, and Wynter could have been spared the embarrassment, because that's really all that is, embarrassment. So in this, like, back and forth, they, I mean, you know, they are, you shouldn't, like, it was starting to get elevated on Simone's part. But if you notice, the girl from Chicago stayed calm, but her face looked like, bitch, I beat your ass. Like, I don't know, did y'all think that, or is that just me because I'm super ghetto and the inside and on the outside? So y'all let me know, what do you think about that? Nevertheless, that whole, I don't care what you sister wives do. I was like, gut blow, sister wives, but wouldn't you have been one too if you were his top, right in his top? In addition, when she told Joy, I didn't think that I thought you had good sense as it related to, like, sharing it with everybody or taking it back to Wynter or whatever. A dig. When Jay was asked why he stopped dealing with Simone, he said, I don't want to be in alignment with someone like that. You know, who gossips, who's kind of vindictive, who isn't going to ask for clarity and understanding. Again, are you ready to love? If you can't do these things, these basic communication skills, are you really ready to love? And that goes for all of them. While we're sitting here and we're thinking about this, are these people really ready to love? If we can't handle simple conversations, Simone was, you know, I'm being attacked for good intention and poor execution. You're not giving me any grace, but you're not giving none to Joy either. You want us to give you something that you're not giving Joy. So while Wynter, you know, Wynter's sitting there and she's like, listen, it's my shit, so let me tell you how I feel. I feel like Joy was not being messy. But I was hurt. But I was hurt when it came to me to hear my name associated with some whole mess. Then you see Joy over there, stoic face, burning up in the inside, and you see Jay kind of trying to like console her a little bit, and that alone tells me that they have some connection. I don't know if it's an intimate relational connection or if it's just a friendship, right? But it's something for you to be able to tell me to relax my face, and for me to tell you that I can't, like, yo, she pissing me off, like I'm about to go, like, ooh, like, says that you know me well enough to know that my face is tense and that I'm not doing a good job. Then you see Simone. She gets up and goes, I wasn't gonna cry. Joy. Oh, if Simone don't get an Oscar after this. Now, listen, did y'all see how Simone's head turned? Like, bitch, I know you didn't. But the one thing that saved her was the fact that Joy had the situation with her sister, right? It kind of clicked, like, I'm sorry, this isn't what I wanted to do, given your situation. I didn't want to be in this space, X, Y, and Z. Cried, asked for a hug, and apologizes for her behavior. Like, I feel like if Joy's sister hadn't passed away, that Simone would have went all the way in on Wynter and on Joy and on Jay and whoever else was in the way, okay? Then you got David. David's now in the hot seat and pretty much says, you know what, I was misunderstood. And I totally agree. I think I told y'all that before. I think it was a total misunderstanding. I told y'all I didn't think Alicia was a gold digger. She gives me money. I don't think so. When I'm in need. Man, she's a trifling. Why is that stuck? Friend indeed. Man, she's a gold digger. Way out of time. Who spends on me? Way out of town. Who spends on me? Anyway, what we found out was Alicia was saying, like, I wasn't talking about right now, but in the future as we progress. I'm the only person out here with these small kids. So I have to think of their best interest at heart. And I have to know, how are you going to be a father figure? Are you going to assist in providing for me? Now, I know that y'all are providing for us. Now, I know y'all still probably feel like she a gold digger, but she said it. In relationships, things are give and take. I'm going to pay sometimes. You're going to pay sometimes. It's the way it works. So, I don't know. Y'all still feeling she gold diggerish? And y'all still feeling David is like ill prepared? Like ill, like his intentions was wrong? Because he did say, like, no, that's not really what I meant. And when Tommy posed the question to the fellas, Calfani explained his position, which is it's a gradual thing. And David was like, that's what I was saying. You know, that's what I meant. Come to find out, they have made, Alicia and David made amends previously and actually have been kicking it. Like, can we kick it? Yes, we can. Like, have been hanging out. Now, you know she like dark chocolate men with beards. You know that's her thing. She was over there trying to, So, and I wonder if she even knew she was pregnant, considering she had David coming to her house after taping. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But what we also found out is that there's a budding relationship, that something might be happening, and it's between David and Alex. They have been hanging out as friends. And, you know, he claims that's all they want until his coattail is pulled by Tommy and was like, see, this is the miscommunication we talking about. Say what you want. You know you don't want to be that girl's friend. And he ultimately, you know, compliments her and asks her out on a date. And then they kind of get a snippet of them on the side talking about some go-kart. That was all set up. That was some producer setup shit. But you know what I'm saying. Honey, let's just get into Anthony and Wynter. We wanted to know if they were still going to be together, the number twos, as y'all would call them. And they weren't. They stopped communicating. There was a miscommunication. It seems like all of these people are having a miss in communication. It brings me back to, are you ready to love? one of the biggest things that you have to do in any type of relationship is communicate. And all we're having is miscommunication. Nobody wants clarity. People are shutting down. And that's exactly what happens. And so, are you ready to love? Like, it's a good question. It's a valid question. So what we found out is that Anthony is passionate and Wynter shut down, which means Anthony raised his voice and was talking to me like, you know, whatever, and that's not what I'm about. So I shut down and we didn't talk no more. And the argument was about finances. Finances and infidelity are reasons people get divorced. So those are also hot topics to talk about when you're in a budding, new, fresh relationship. Hot topics. And Anthony took accountability. Now, I know that he ain't our favorite person, right? You see, I said our. But I think it's sexy when a man can take accountability for his shit. You know, because he was like, you know, I raised my voice this high and, you know, Wynter can't handle it. And she was like, no, it was a lot higher than that. But we already know that Anthony is a little excitable. I mean, can't you tell? Duck lips, rolling his eyes. He's a little excitable, a little passionate about things. And as such, he was passionate about this conversation that was not going so well. However, they had fell off and saw each other again a little later and now are revisiting their relationship. You are. But for why? Do you really like him? Do you really like her? But for why? Okay, and what Wynter is saying is now it's better than it was before because she is listening to what Anthony is saying. All in communication. Nigga, don't yell at me. She needed to listen. You know what I'm saying? So he probably toned it down and she's probably listening a little more. I don't think they're going to really be dating much longer, right? They're going to be cool and everything, but I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all think they're going to keep going? We ain't gonna know though, you know what I'm saying, unless we watching their Instagrams and seeing if they're gonna be hanging out and stuff. You know what listen, I ain't gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be looking because I follow some of them already, but I'm gonna just be looking because I'm gonna be looking, but not for nothing in particular. Let's talk about the love square. I'm talking square bits to you, baby. Square bits. I love it. Tommy called them the love square. We talking Edwin, Jay, Wynter, Joy. It seems like Wynter is in everything, child. Like all controversial stuff. Bless her soul. This has got to be exhausting. Joy was asked, you know, the difference between Jay and Edwin. And she was like, Edwin was intentional. You knew that he liked you, that he was into you, where Jay was more personal and could probably work more on his romantic side. As she looked at him, you could work on your romantic side. And that probably still stands true because I feel like they're still dating. He needs to work on his romantic side. Edwin was asked, I think, what would you do differently? And he said he would be more consistent. So I want to know how, because they showed us him doting on her and affirming her and what a good person she is and how she brings certain things. He said it again as he sat there on the couch. So how much more consistent, and consistent in what are you talking about? Because from what I could see, Edwin, you were super consistent in the way you felt about Joy. Do you mean other people? Because I don't think you could get more consistent than that. Maybe because he was talking to Naya at one time and he was talking to Wynter at one time. Maybe he's thinking he should have focused all his attention on Joy. I don't know. Y'all let me know what he meant by that down below in the comments, because I'm still mulling that over. Oh, baby. Then, okay, a little stutter. Wynter talks about her connection with Jay. The shit we did not see. They did us a disservice. They did her a disservice, because what we saw in the never before seen footage was that Jay was on her bumper. The more we watched those episodes, the more you could see the irritation on Wynter's face. Like, Man, don't try to play me out. Don't try to, like, she, you know, like, nigga, you played me a little bit. Like, to the left, like, what? I stuck around for why? For why? What I wrote was that he was digging the fuck out of Wynter. That they had us thinking that she was chasing after him. That she was pining and pawning and wanting him, when in actuality he was giving her every reason to want her, to want him, every reason to want to be in his presence, to ask those questions. It put that fucking kiss, that funky ass kiss on the cheek, in perspective. If we doing all of this and hanging out, and I'm going to your room in the middle of the night, and we talking at the fire pit, and we talking away from people, and we having these late night conversations, and you come run a kiss on my cheek? Are you fucking kidding me? No wonder, right? No wonder she asked the question. No wonder. No fucking wonder. She also said how she told him, look, you can let me go. You can let me go and focus your attention on Joy. You don't have to string me along. I think we've seen that. And she said that he assured her that he wasn't ready to make that kind of decision yet. That he wanted to keep her around. He wanted choices. He wanted to keep dating. He wanted to see. He wanted to see. And honestly, that kiss on the cheek that Wynter had was really the same as a kiss on the cheek that Joy had. Except for Joy went in and said, kiss the other side. Now went in and kissed her and kissed him in the mouth. That was the difference. I don't know. I was just in my feelings a little bit with Ready to Love. Like, why wouldn't y'all show us that? Why would y'all make us think that she was silly? Like that. Like she was doing too much and she was trying too hard and she's too much of a beautiful woman to be doing all that. Why would y'all do that to us? Like, the fuck? You heard like a voiceover of Wynter saying you could have the simple life or the time of your life. You pick. Now, listen. Couple things I want to say, make note. The reason why probably that whole comment came up was people knew about these late night rendezvous. And this is just me speculating. It's the way that it was presented. Even if it wasn't true. Even if you weren't doing anything but kikiing and ha-ha and watching fucking TV. Nobody knew that. So add the late nights to the speculation because he went in your room half naked and we not gonna do nothing. People are going to come up with that kind of response. For me, I don't give a fuck what you do. You can do whatever you want to do. As women, we should be just as sexually liberated as men. Honey, live your life. Hey, but if that wasn't what was being done, I can see how it could have been portrayed that way. Do y'all agree with me? Let me know down below in the comments. Joy was uncomfortable watching these scenes. Joy even said, like, he would be like, Wynter is dope as fuck. Wynter is nice. I like Wynter. And she couldn't see how. But seeing this footage, she understands it now, right? She understands, oh, y'all was having late nights and early mornings. Oh, y'all was having them kind of conversations or whatever was happening, right? Like, uncomfortable for her. And you saw Anthony rolling his eyes and making duck lips in the back like a bitch. Ooh, I didn't mean that how it came out, but it did. Wynter was like, after pretty much looking at what this was in retrospect, in hindsight, I don't think I would do things the same way I did them again. I'm sure after watching, you would feel some kind of way too. I still love Wynter. I feel like she handled herself well. There were a few things that I didn't like, one of which was her always asking, needing to be affirmed. I think maybe her love language is words of affirmation. I wonder, we should have asked her that early on, like, Wynter, what's your love language? So then the shift moves over to Jay and Joy. And we see some never before seen footage. I don't think we saw when Denise gave that whole message about Joy, saying that Joy told her to deliver a message and she wants all these men to keep on trucking, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was disingenuous when I saw it, but did not want to say anything. Like, and only to later on for it to be said, like, I ain't say that shit. Like, she made that shit up. Like, why would she speak for me? I'm getting beside myself. So when Tommy asked Joy how she felt about Jay leaving, and she was like, I appreciated the support. He also came to my sister's funeral, and he said I couldn't support her in the way that I wanted to here on the show, so I had to go home so that I could be with her, you know, talk to her, check on her. When people give a fuck about you, that's what they do. They be like, you all right? You good? How you doing? Edwin, on the reason he left, you know, he's a straight up empath, because he was like, I immediately, when I found out, felt what she felt, because he was connected to her in a way for him, and he's an empath. And so in addition though to being an empath, he could have just been honest and been like, she was my only connection, and so what was I still doing here? Like, that wouldn't have been fair. He kind of said something like that, but he could have just made it plain. Yo, I liked her. I was connected to her. Once she was gone, what was I doing? Why was I here? What are we doing? What we found out though was at this point that Joy was like, yo, just for the record, I ain't say none of that. I didn't say none of that. And she said that after they said, I think it was after they asked if Joy and Jay were still together, or if they had a relationship or whatever. And he was like, we'll talk about it on the next episode, I think. I'm not really sure when it came in, but what I know is when we saw the clip about Denise saying what Joy said, you could see on her face that she wasn't like, where in the fuck this is coming from? And she wasn't just gonna let her sit and have that, right? She wasn't gonna do that. She burst her bubble. Bop! Yo, I ain't tell you that. When would I have time? When I found out about my sister, I packed, I left. When would I have had time to have conversations with you, Denise, about what I wanted for the fellas? And when she said that, everybody was like, whoa! You was like, I was like, girl, batshit crazy. If anybody does not understand that now, I don't know. I don't know. And listen, I know Denise probably meant well, but did she? Like, she made that moment about her. It was an opportunity that she seized. So let me say this and let me be empathetic. And the face that she had during the damn segment, I was just like, this girl, this woman, this lady needs to go and get some therapy and do some self-healing, because it just was not right. Even Tommy said, like, you shouldn't have done that. Why would you do that? I don't understand. And all Denise did was say, okay, like, you couldn't banter or rebuttal. She did for a second. What did she say? I felt like I was channeling Joy's energy. Like, if you were friends, then you could be able to channel Joy's energy. Like, I have been friends with people for forever, and I can channel the fuck out of their energy when they feel something. Because I am an empath, and because we're connected. But her and Denise barely had any conversations during the show. So, like, when and how are you channeling anything? Like, I believe that energy is exchanged. I believe that you can read a person's energy, but none of that was conveyed by Joy, per Joy, out of her mouth. And then you saw Rashid talking to the fellas, honey, and was like, oh, why would she do that? She's the narcissist. She's the one that's sensational, like sensationalizing, making things about her. She's the one that is self-centered. Like, who does that? Then you saw Adriana spearheading with the ladies like she's a narcissist. I told y'all, like, ooh, it's finna be a mess on the second episode, on the second part, because Denise ain't been in the hot seat yet, and it's coming. Nonetheless, you saw Denise talking to Joy and some other people, and she was like, I don't have a self-centered bone in my body. I was just trying to convey a message. Listen, they can't give you no pass for no shit like that. That's weird. That's different. That's different. Y'all, let me know what you thought about this episode down below in the comments. How did you feel about it? Like, I thought some truths were revealed, but I also thought I needed more information. Alicia, when did you get pregnant? How many months are you? Can we do the uno, dos, tres math? 1 + 1. Can we do that for ourselves? Are you gonna tell us? I think some of y'all say she's 5 months, which means she probably would have been in the infancy stages of being pregnant, and maybe she would have known, but KG Smooth is about to tell it all. I feel like that on part 2. In addition, like, okay, David and Alex, okay, the quad, okay, the quad. What's up with the love square? Like, Simone, Denise. Listen, it's a whole lot. We ain't even talked about. I can't wait till we get to Naya and Chris. I can't wait till we talk about the baby that Calfani has. Because one of y'all said he had a baby. Listen. I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Ready to Love Season 3, the finale, Part 1. If it's your first time visiting my channel, do not get out of here without hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I do have other videos like Married at First Sight. I need to do the Bell Collective. Damn. Like this video, share this video with your friends, because you know you want them to be lit like me, like us. It's us. Without you, there is no me. And I thank you for always coming through, commenting, rocking with me. I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.